Welcome to this episode of Hampton Roads Business Live. My name is Rory Graham, and I'm your host. And today we have the pleasure of having with us Tiffany Hayes from Alabastersbox, right? All right, so my curiosity's piqued. What is Alabastersbox?
Alabastersbox is a ministry, first and foremost. What Alabastersbox does, we trigger the thought patterns of negative thought patterns and replace them with a positive thought. And so it derived from, I like to say, stinking thinking, because it blocks oneself from accomplishing what they actually want to accomplish by the roadblocks in our mental state. And so again, it is a ministry to provoke and inspire positive thinking based off of the Word of God.
I was going to say it sounds like positive thinking. Okay. All right. And how long has this been in existence?
Alabastersbox has been in existence
since not positive thinking.
Well, we all need that, but Alabastersbox has been in existence for a year. We are actually airing devotionals on Word and Praise. It's a local station here in Hampton Roads. It's 89.1 on your dial, and you can of course go to WWIP.org to hear it as well. It comes on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It's basically a 1-minute devotional that inspire and provoke positive thinking and the thought patterns of oneself. So that has been in existence for, like I said, a year, but I've been in different types of arenas to get the message out as well. So in total, it's been about 3 years. Under Alabastersbox, it's been a year.
Okay. And what's the story behind that exactly?
Funny that you asked. The story behind Alabastersbox, it actually derives from my life and seeing how others are stuck and not moving past what they see or what they feel or what they think. And so my position in it is coming from a different angle, a different perspective. Have you looked at it this way? Or let's flip it over and see what's on the back of this. And so that's the story behind it. If we can look past what we see or what we feel or what we think while we're in a situation that's unpleasant to us, then we can see it from another angle and we can move forward and move past the obstacle.
Ask a better question. I learned that from Anthony Robbins. He would say, "Ask a better question," because a lot of people will get stuck in a thing of negative thinking.
Absolutely.
And he said, "Okay, but if you could do it, how would you do it?" And sometimes that's all it takes is to go, "Oh, well, if I could do it, I would probably,
Right.
Anyway, all right. So. What's kind of a service then do you offer? Is this a meeting thing, or how do you help people with this?
Meetings.
Okay, I was right. A meeting thing.
It is meetings.
Good guess.
It is a good guess. We're also on social media, Facebook, Twitter. I have weekly devotionals on Facebook, daily quotes on Twitter, all derived from Alabastersbox. Again, we have the WWIP, the Word and Praise. I'm also on the Voice Radio. So it's a lot of different deliverables that we're sending the message out there, face to face. I mean, wherever I go, I tend to end up talking about someone's thinking because we're so bogged down a lot of times.
Well, everything blasting you negative all the time, and the news is just constant negative.
Absolutely.
Of course, that's their job.
That's true. That's true.
All right. So you've got quite a following then, right? All right. So what's the vision for this business?
The vision is to take this message worldwide. I'm only one woman, and I understand that. But if I can tap into you, and you go take the message to someone else, and then they take the message to someone else, we will have a power movement. And that is the vision. The vision is to see the world change by, all it takes is a mind change. Once we change our minds, then we can change the world. But if we are continually taking in negative things and we're not attaching ourselves to the Word of God, which it tells us what we have, the power that we have within us. But if we do not tap into that, we won't believe it. We won't achieve it. We won't act upon it. And so that is the vision of Alabastersbox. in every closing on Alabaster's Box, I say you can only achieve what you believe.
Well, I was going to mention that because I remember during our phone conversation you said that. Okay, and I wrote that. I actually wrote that quote down. So, well, I thought I could use it in the interview, and now you done stole it from me. So I'm using it. Okay. So tell us about yourself then. How did you get involved in this? I mean, what brought you to this?
Well, you know, I am called upon a lot for being that sounding board for other people, and being on the outside looking in and hearing someone's story. It's easier to put the pieces together. And so what brought me into it was that I was on the opposite side of that at one point. Sometimes I am still on the opposite side, and I have a wonderful husband who listens to me ramble at times. But when you have someone that can sit down and listen to you talk and really help you get the pieces together, because it's hard to do that when you're in chaos in your mind.
When you can't see the forest for the trees.
When you can't see it. Yeah. But if you have someone that can hear you out and can help you piece it together, it's great game then. And so that's how I got into it. I've been doing it for years, but it didn't trigger to take it to a higher scale, to think about the fact that so many people need this. And I'm the person for it because it's planted in here. I like to see people change for the better. And if I can be a part of that, hey, that's great for me.
Okay, well, that certainly sounds like a noble mission. All right, so if someone wanted to become involved with this and wanted to check it out, what's the process? Well,
they can Facebook me. It's Tiffany Hayes at alabastersbox. The email address is alabastersbox@gmail.com. So once they get a hold of me, whatever we're doing at that time, we do community outreach as well. So we always need volunteers for things of that magnitude. But at this time, I would say if you could just take this message and share it with someone else, that is what Alabaster's Box is. It's a community effort.
So is that the way that you are promoting this? Is basically through word of mouth, people share
word of mouth. People, I mean, even on Facebook, when I built the Alabaster's Box page for Facebook, I told one person about it, and then when she asked to be friends with me, she brought around 60 people with her. So, like I said, it's a message that a lot of people need. So,
Okay. And is there anything I haven't touched on? Because we've covered a lot of things.
I don't think so. I just want to touch on the fact that Tiffany Hayes, who's me, the person behind Alabaster's Box, these things are life experiences. These things are things that we can tap into on a daily basis, even in the devotionals that I provide. It's life experiences. I remember talking about a devotional where I was talking about my husband, and he was thanking the Lord for the 2 matching socks he had on, and it went into a devotional, and so if we can just stop for a second, think about what we're doing, and then move forward, it makes a world of difference versus just going straight into it. And so what I provide in Alabaster's Box, again, it's motivation. I'm a motivational speaker. That's what I do. And so, and in that, I provide the services to businesses, to individuals, in meeting concepts and things of that nature. So contacting Alabaster's Box, if that's something that some of your listeners want as well, as far as a motivational speaker, I can do that as well.
I was just going to ask that. You're also into mind reading, right? Because you picked up my questions. Like every time I get ready to ask something, you're already there. So I was going to say, can people call on you if they'd like you to speak? Because I'm sure there's probably organizations and things, and they'll see this and they say that might be a good speaker for us. All right. Okay. All right. So we'll promote that too. All right. I'm not going to ask you anything else. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, if you'd like your mind read, no, I'm just teasing. If you'd like to possibly change the way you're thinking, or connect with Tiffany at Alabaster's Box, the contact information is at the bottom of this page, and it's also at the end of this video. And I'm sure it would be a fun experience and an enlightening experience, and possibly life-changing experience from what you've said. And sounds like a good group to get involved with. So I appreciate you coming in.
Thank you.
It sounds like a very noble thing you're doing. And
thank you.
I think the world needs more positive thinking, that's for sure. So thank you, and wish you a great deal more success.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.